Welcome to Overall Thursdays, our first episode. We've been wearing overalls for the past 5 years because we're overall broken systems, and we finally decided that we should tell you some of the things that we're over. Annie, would you like to start by telling us what you're over?
Sure, Nicole.
Oh, thank you.
I think today, generally, I'm going to say I'm just over a lack of communication. I believe truly that communication is foundation for every relationship that we experience in families, friendships, work, anywhere. And I'm just over how broken that is right now. And I think we're seeing fallout of that in our personal lives. And obviously, I think we're seeing lack of communication on a global scale as well. And I'm over it. I think it's ruining a lot of relationships. I think it's leading to lots of misunderstandings and disconnection, and not here for it. So that's what I'm over.
I totally see that. Like, I always talk about how when, there's a lack of communication, our little brains start to fill in a story, and for whatever reason, that story goes negative. We're not.
Miscommunication always goes negative.
Yeah,
first.
and we don't, for whatever reason, and I don't know why our brains are trained to be negative, but it's always going to be like something that is nefarious or someone's trying to hurt you or whatever it is, instead of like leaning on the side of giving people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like a lot of times. And
it's the same reason that we're afraid of the dark,
right?
Because we don't like not knowing,
right?
And so we fill in the blanks with whatever our brain
It's a big scary monster.
thinks should fit there,
Yeah.
right? And so when I'm running up the stairs and I have to turn the light switch off and run and hope that whatever doesn't grab my ankles, it's the same kind of idea, right? If you tell me something, our brains are not used to not knowing, and so we'll fill in the gaps, and we fill it in. We're usually wrong. We're not generally great at picking correct information. And like you said, we usually fill it in with something that's negative or untrue or unhelpful at best.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Why do we do that?
I don't know, we're weird. We're weird. And it goes back to that razor that says never blame something on malice, which can easily be explained by stupidity. Yeah, a lot of times people are just stupid, meaning they're not.
We just don't know.
Yeah, they might not have the information. They could be ignorant. They could be. It's not.
They could be stupid.
They could be dumb. They could be misinformed. There's a lot of reasons, but a lot of times they're not trying to be malicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Nadia.
All right.
What are you over?
I am over systems being put in place and then being derailed by ignorance. And by that I mean when things are, whether it be
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Any system, right?
Any system. Yeah.
We could even look at look at big systems like the system of education, right?
Right.
Has been completely derailed because
by ignorance.
Ignorance in the government has derailed something that has worked. Maybe it hasn't worked perfectly.
It's definitely been broken, but all systems are broken right now. However, it was what we had
that was working being broken.
Right, and it was the best. Obviously, we can always do better. Always do better.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement.
However, right now, something is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's even, you can look at it in a super simple example. Let's say, as an example, no tea, no shade on anybody, but it's just what came to mind. When you, move in with somebody, you have a system that works for you, and then the new person that enters in shakes it up. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad.
Yeah.
Right? But a system that was already working now gets derailed, and you got to get back on track, right? It happens when you get married and move in together. It happens with a roommate. It even happens with new coworkers. You've got a system that works, and then somebody comes in who doesn't like know the whole picture or see it the same way, and the next thing you know, you've taken a left turn into like what the hellville, and everybody's left going like what the hell, right?
Yeah.
So
Because that's where we're at now.
yeah. And then it's even worse when they want to become the mayor of what the hellville, and you're like literally what the hell, right? It's
Right.
horrible.
Right.
But that's a good point, Nadia. Broken systems that
better.
get derailed.
They do. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, I guess for my inaugural, what I'm over, I'm just gonna talk about something that's really been bugging me for 5 years, ever since it happened. So, 5+ years ago is when we went into lockdown, right?
Almost 6.
Almost 6 years ago in March,
Yeah.
and at the beginning of the next school year, we were still in lockdown, but as the year went on, we started coming back to school, and we started coming up with ways that we could get back into the classrooms and support our students in a better way that wasn't just online, because I have this whole thing where before we went online, we were herding cats. That's what it felt like within our system of education. When we went online, we started herding invisible cats because we couldn't find them anywhere. When all the students came back after however long they spent online, we started herding feral cats. Yeah, feral cats. And that took a long time to start to dissipate, and I dare say it hasn't started to dissipate yet.
Everybody's feral now, including
But
the teachers.
what I'm over is the fact that the State Board of Education, and we're in Utah, has not come back to work yet. They're still working from home, yet the teachers who have been through all of this have been doing their best that they could online, in person, all of those things,
hybrid,
anything that we could to make students successful. And the State Board of Education is sitting at home, eating their bonbons, telling everybody how bad they suck when they have no idea what we've been through for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
it's true. And
They all tie together.
Yeah.
Ignorance.
right? Lack of communication. And if you haven't been in a system or in a classroom or in whatever, and you want to give feedback or guidance or direction, and you have no clue what you're doing, first of all, it feels condescending. 2, it feels so disconnected. And 3, why would I ever believe you? Why would I take the advice? You don't know what it's like in here. It's like, we always say when kids are acting crazy, it's like ping pong balls in a wind tunnel. And it's like, when there's that level of chaos, I don't need somebody who's sitting in a peaceful environment saying, well, why don't you just take a deep breath, or whatever bullshit they're going to spew. Like, you need to have boots on the ground to really understand what's happening. Otherwise, you're irrelevant. Like, it's so frustrating.
I will say that I have very little respect for anyone that hasn't taught through the pandemic to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't tell you what to do.
You learned through the pandemic, though. You learned through it.
Yeah,
and
you were a student and came out of it.
Yeah, you were someone that survived all of the different ways that we had to educate.
Yeah.
And now look at you. You want to be a teacher.
Oh, shoot.
I said
We did something wrong.
Well, that's what I'm over.
Me too. Thank you for attending our first episode of Overitall Thursdays.
See you next week.